Hey folks, this is Joe N2DI, and today I'm not in the shack. I'm in my basement laboratory where I conduct strange experiments. Uh, Things like this, a low-pass filter, and all my experiments tend to, for some reason, put my wife to sleep when I tell her about them. But anyway, the point of this video is I wanted to talk about this key right here. This is the American Morse Equipment Mini B miniature single lever paddle. I wanted a small and portable single lever paddle, if I could say it correctly. And this one comes either pre-built or in a kit, and it's a little cheaper if you get the kit. So I ended up getting the kit, and it was pretty simple to put together. I built it in less than an hour. The only challenge is that the parts are so darn small, I mean really small, that if you sneeze while you're building this thing, you're never going to find the screws. They're just going to go flying. So, and you need tweezers really to put it together. The screws are so fine in this thing. When I take it apart, you'll see it's almost impossible to hold them in your hand. Anyway, um, it's a great paddle. It's very snappy, very precise. I mean, like surprisingly. The only issue is that these panhead screws back here set the contact gap. And like a lot of other paddles, if you press on these, you send unintentional dits and dahs. So I was looking for a solution to prevent that from happening. So I came across a video from Charlie from Red Summit RF, where he replaced these screws, these panhead screws back here, with some shorter set screws. And since I guess the idea is nothing's protruding at the side, so there's nothing for you to hit. So today I'm going to try it and see how it works. I picked up some uh, number 440 half-inch set screws from Amazon, and they're from Buy Wrong. I guess they didn't think that company name through, did they? Buy Wrong. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. You can get any old number 4 half-inch or probably slightly shorter set screws from anywhere, and swap these out and see if it makes a difference. I'll add some chapters to this video so you can skip around, if you just want to see certain parts of it so you don't have to sit through all of it. But anyway, when I'm done, I'm going to plug it into the QMX, and I'm going to make sure that it's in practice mode, so I'm not sending an RF to the antenna jack here, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Okay, so step one, we're going to crack this puppy open. If I get my hand out of the way, you'll see what's in here. Okay. Crack this open. This is really, really nicely machined in here. Look at this. Anyway, so this is the mechanism. I guess let me turn it this way, it's easier to see. Um, that's the mechanism. So you have a pin here, and a pin here. These two set screws. You have the spring to return these two levers back to the original position, and these are the pinhead screws that set the contact distance. And like I said, it's a very tight, little, precise key. Works really well, but these are the problem. So let's take those guys out. I got these pinhead screws. Okay. These are half-inch set screws. Probably use something slightly shorter too. I figured I'm also an amateur machinist, so if these set screws are too long, I could just put them on the grinder and grind them down. But if you don't have access to, a grinder or something like that, you probably want to, well, we'll see if you're going to need slightly shorter set screws or not. These look like they should be okay. I'm going to turn on the QMX to see if I'm making dits and dots here if I crank that in too far. Yep. Back that out a bit. Okay. Difficult to do this quickly because it's so darn tiny. Yeah, that's going to drive me nuts. In here. Okay. Back it off a bit. Okay. All right, let's cover back on. See how far they stick. Actually, yeah, they're not sticking out at all. They're flush. So unless you jam your finger in there, I don't think you're going to accidentally press it now. So this may work. Just put the cover back on. Do it this way so you don't have to look at my knuckles. This is not going back in. There we go. Okay. Screws will cross-threaded. All right, that's it. Now I could use the Allen wrench if I want to change those contact distances, but I don't think I need to. All right. This is how I normally hold it, so yeah, you can kind of squeeze it and not really. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I seem to have sent a dit here and there. I think it might work. This has to be, I think, yeah, I have to move the dit set screw in just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of protruding a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's test it now with a mic near the speaker so you can actually hear. We'll see how it goes. It appears to be working. I'm probably going to hunt some photo stations with this and see how it does in the real world. But right now it looks pretty good. So, thank you for coming along for the ride, and I'll see you folks later.